Well, good morning if anyone's there. I thought today we would slow down. So by having a nice slow practice, it slows our awareness of moving quickly, of breathing quickly, also building stability, strength, and balance, both inner balance and outer balance. So for the next few moments, close your eyes. Take a few moments to see if you can settle into where you are seated. Find that comfortable place. Notice, how are you breathing right now? Not forced, just paying attention. Notice if the breath is short and choppy. Notice if the breath starts deep but then just stops. So just notice. As you're noticing your breath, let's play with a count. Focus on a 4-count inhalation, so counting to yourself for 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And see if you can draw out your exhalation for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe. So we're trying to lengthen out the exhalation, slowing the mind, slowing the body, and very much slowing our nervous system. So it's like a turtle. We're breathing intentionally, but we're savoring each breath. Try a couple more. The 4-8. Inhaling for 4, exhaling for a count of 8. It keeps you very much in this present moment. On your next complete exhalation, let's add some arm motion. Inhale the arms all the way up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, only bring them part way down. Just notice the shoulder blades, the chest is open. Let's draw the right arm over the left, bending the elbows. We're going to come into our eagle arms. Now you can use the back of the hand. You can take the palms of the hand. It might be you're here. It doesn't matter. Just find the place that fits your shoulders and your arms. Draw the elbows away from the face, fingertips up. Notice the breath here. Now staying very connected with that breath, inhale, and as you exhale, see what it feels like to round your back like a kitty cat, just drawing the elbows towards your thighs. And then on your breath, coming right back, create that long spine. On the exhalation, we're just going to be hovering here, belly button to spine, round. And then on your breath, rise up. One more time. On that exhalation, hover. Notice that right between the shoulder blade area. And then on your inhalation, rise up. Unravel, release, relax your hands. That's it. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale the arms to the sides like an eagle wingspan. The left arm will be on top this time. Bending the elbows, find the best place for hands. Draw the elbows away, fingertips to sky. Just notice your breath. Notice your seat. And then moving with that breath, inhale here. And then as you exhale, contract and round, hover, chin to chest. Inhale back up. Exhale, hover. One more time. And then on your breath, rise up. Unravel. Draw those arms up. Exhale, just gently let them flow down. Rolling those shoulders a few times. Nice. We're going to shift our body right onto the all fours. And I'd like you to play with your hands a little bit. We're actually going to turn the hands in different positions as we're warming up the spine and the core. So coming into the all fours position, let's start with tradition. Hands forward, wrist under the shoulders, knees under the hips, head facing forward. Moving with that breath, as you inhale, gently lift your chest. As you exhale, draw the chin to the chest, then round the spine. Take that a few times. Inhale, chest moves forward. Exhale, chin to chest as you puff up between the shoulder blades. One more time, leading with that heart. And then find neutral. Turning the hands the opposite way now. So the fingertips are going to be pointing towards your thighs. And just notice. All right, we're going to do the same thing. Be careful and mindful of wrist. Moving with breath, inhale, chest moves forward. As you exhale, press the earth away, round, chin to chest. Inhale, heart. Exhale, contract and round. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Finding that neutral place. Last time with a different hand position. Turning the hands out now. So your fingers are out towards the edge of the mat. Hands still under the shoulders. Let's take a few more. Moving with that awareness of slowing breath. Moving with breath. Inhale, heart. Contract as you exhale, round. Inhale, heart. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Coming to that neutral position. Let's go ahead and take the hands out maybe a hand length away. Solid stance, solid pressure, just like if we were standing on our hands. Tuck the toes and very gently come into your first downward dog. Take a few moments, pedal out your dog. Feel that lovely motion of waking up. Hips, thighs. Finding balance between your hands and your feet. Notice your neck. Notice how things are feeling. It's almost like the Tin Man. We got to lubricate the joints. Nice and easy. Letting that breath be the oil. That's it. Maybe play with coming up onto the tippy toes, belly button to spine, and then as you exhale, gently sink the heels towards the mat. Inhaling up, scooping through the belly. Exhale down. 2 more times, moving with that breath. Sending those sits bones back. Beautiful. Now we're going to shift our body over into plank position. So before you move, use that breath. Take that inhalation to draw you into that plank position. As you exhale, send it back. We're going to do that 2 more times. Let the breath be the driver. Strong in the center. Active legs. One more time. Now I invite you to build some strength. We're going to pause and plank. If you need to drop the knees, that is perfectly fine. Finding your plank position. Again, check in. Belly button draws to spine. That scooping feeling. Head is moving towards the front of your mat. So we don't want to drop the head. We just want to find a neutral neck. Active legs, pressing through those heels. Let's hold for a count of 5. Strong. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to lower onto the belly. Please drop the knees if you need to. So just take your time to lower onto your belly. And we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So first little back bend, gentle. The elbows can be a little ahead of the shoulders. Spreading those hands so you can just open through the collarbones. Feel the shoulder blades gently draw down the back. Feel the tops of the feet. The gaze can be forward. Notice the breath. See if you could take a few of those very intentional slow exhalations. Inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 8. It does take a little more awareness and stability to slow things down, to stabilize. Now you're more than welcome to stay here, or we could build some strength by coming into a forearm plank. So imagine that you're trying to traction your elbows towards you. Maybe start by just lifting your bottom. That's it. Belly button to spine. Stay here with the knees on the earth or extend. That's it. Now, imagine you're trying to draw the elbows towards each other at the same time. Your gaze can be your fingertips. Head is moving towards that far wall that's in front of you. We'll hold for 5. Scooping through the center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, gently drop the knees, press back up, elbows come up, downward facing dog. One more deep breath here. Open your mouth and let it go. And we're going to work our way to the top of the mat by very gently walking slowly to the top. Slow and steady. Once you're at the top of your mat, I want you just to take a few moments here. Take hold of the elbows. Soften the knees. Just allow yourself to maybe sway. Let the head relax. And then I invite you, if the right hand is on top of the left, to switch. So just equal opportunity, finding that balance. And then releasing the elbows, feel your feet, root through the feet, and take your time to slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you're all the way up, take a moment to pause. So we'll take those pauses, going back to your breath. Just notice your breath. So we can find your stance. Embracing our eccentricities, our quirkinesses. Finding that inner acceptance of who we are by playing on the mat. staying connected with breath, we're going to take 3 half salutes, moving with that awareness of lengthening breath. So find a nice strong stance. Draw the energy up, shoulders, hips, ankle bones. Moving with breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can lengthen that exhalation, like you're slowly diving out. Once the fingertips come down, pause. Inhale, part way up. Let the head lead the way. And then as you exhale, let the crown of the head fall to the ground. Moving with the breath, anchor through the feet, strong legs and core. Rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Taking that again. Awareness of breath. Inhale. Long exhalation. So it's a slow, intentional descent. Once you're there, pause. Take that inhalation, create that length in the spine. As you exhale, let the crown of the head face the earth. Let's rise up strong through the center. Exhaling the hands to the heart. Last time, moving with breath. Length. Exhale. Pause. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Notice how the sits bones start to really lift up. Hollow through the center. The chest might start to move towards your thighs. Be mindful of not locking the knees, just a little micro bend. And then with all your conviction, engage and fly up. And even gaze at the fingertips. Exhaling the hands to the heart. So we're going to move through a balance. So we're going to come into eagle pose. Through eagle, we'll step into crescent. So moving with that awareness of breath. So finding that place of balance. We're going to start by moving into chair pose. Sending the sits bones back. Reach for that little chair. Inhale. So we're sending it back. Pressing through your left foot. See what it feels like to lift that right foot up and cross over. Pause. So you could stay right here and just bring the arms out to the side, finding that stabilization. Or you could take your left arm over your right. Slow and steady, just like we did it. Drawing the elbows away from the face. Fingertips to the sky. Just notice your breath here. It might get choppy. So as we stay connected with the breath, we're going to step this right foot back into crescent lunge. So take your time, move with that awareness of slowly building that inner strength, stepping this right foot back. I'm going to move forward so you can see. I want to find stability in crescent lunge. So this right leg is pressing back and pressing through that right heel, moving this hip slightly forward. Heart lifted. Once you feel stable, just check in to see if you can see all 5 toes of that left foot. Draw the arms up. Now we're going to turn the hands so they're facing front. And I want you to stay stable here. It's almost like you got 2 magnets in those inner legs. Core is braced, hollowing through the center. Just gently draw the elbows back like you're pressing against a wall. Inhale up. Exhale, pull back and open the heart. Inhale, stable through the left side. Exhale. 2 more times. Let the breath guide you. 1 more time. Actively feel the back body working here as you press back. Now from here, we're going to straighten the left leg and the right leg. Pivot your body. So nice strong stance here. Warrior 2. So my left leg is leading here. That's it. Now, feeling that stabilization, there are those magnets. Engage, engage. Hollow through the center. So moving with breath. Inhale, reach way up. As you exhale, see if you can press the hands right behind. Heart opens. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Let's take that again. Move with that breath. Now as we come all the way up, stretch, 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 and reach. Take this right hand on your thigh. They're offering it up into that side. Feel that side as we come into the reverse triangle. So we're building this awareness of opening. Staying connected with that breath. As you inhale, come right back. Soften this left leg. And then here comes a very slow cartwheel. Bring the right hand back down to the ground. Bring your left hand inside. So we're just going to play with a variation of our lizard pose. So very gently, just rocking forward like you're looking over the ledge with your eyes. And then press back through your heel. I'm just moving, so I'm just shifting the body weight. So I'm very gently moving forward, coming on the tippy toe of that right foot. And then as I exhale, pressing back through that heel. Try that 2 more times. So we're gazing over the ledge. Exhale, press back. 1 more time. Gaze over the ledge. Exhale, press back. Now, walk your hands center stage, and let's come into a wide straddle. So take a few moments just to notice the placement of your weight. I'm going to turn to the side. It's almost like we want to feel like we're pigeon-toed just slightly. Lifting the arches up. It's okay to use a block, hands on the shins. Just finding that place where you can get the balance of weight. Bracing the center. And then allowing the top of the head to draw to the earth. Take a few moments to notice this pose, notice the breath. Embrace the eccentricities. And then notice the sits bones, how we very gently are lifting them up. So the pelvis is tilting. So that would be your cow tilt, your cow tilt. And then on your next breath, see if you can lengthen your spine. And then 1 more time, exhale and surrender. Elbows soften here. Beautiful. Now coming back up, you're going to walk back towards your left leg because I moved so that I was turned. So I'm going to walk back towards my left side, pivot, and this time let's play very gently, sliding this left leg through and just notice the change. All right, we're going to play with a little IT stretch. I'm going to very gently bring my left hip down to the earth and pause. So you could stay right here. Now, depending on how this IT feels and your right hip, you know, this might be it. You might even have to soften the back leg. You might need to go deeper. So, to go deeper, you can bring your forearms down. There's like we did earlier, the forearm plank, and pause. Some people might be able to come all the way down and hold on. So I want you to find and be mindful and gentle with yourself. Take a few moments and breathe into this little stretch. Going back to that 4 and 8 count. So inhale for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 8. Try that 2 more times. Just notice how by lengthening those exhalations, the body receives the pose. We don't fight the pose. Now after that last exhalation, we're going to work our way back. So using some strength here and stability. Feel your hands. As you're pushing the earth away, bring this left leg back. Find your downward facing dog and pause. Now we're going to go into a vinyasa here, moving with the breath. Inhale into your plank position. We're going to lower down very slow and steady for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once you're there, just notice your hands. Maybe just take the hands back a little bit more so your wrist is under your elbow. And then grounding through the tops of the feet, find little cobra. The elbows draw in towards the body and the chest lifts. Now you could drop the chin to the chest if the neck is tight. Just be listening to your body. See what feels good. Take one more breath here. And then as you release, pause. The strength of pressing up. Fire up the thighs, belly button to spine. Press the earth away. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Now we're going to work our way back to the top of the mat. So you may step. You may hop. You may slowly walk like I have been doing, nice and easy. Back to the top of the mat. Once you're there, inhale, create spinal length. Again, just checking in, head going forward, neck neutral. Exhale. Crown of head facing the earth. Feel the sits bones. Hollowing through the center, bending the knees. We're going to come back into that little squat position. Uttanasana. So sending the hips back. Feel your right foot. So we're going to play with that eagle position again. So you could stay right here, shift the weight into the right, cross that left. Now it's a lot of squeezing into the midline. It's okay to drop your left toe down if you need that little assistance. So find your balance. Now the arms can open to the side. You could stay right here, yes. Or you can take your lovely right arm on top. Finding your expression of eagle arms. Elbows draw away from the face. Fingertips to the sky. You're sending the hips back so the knees are bent. Now staying as connected with that breath as you can. We're going to unravel. Find strength. So there's some balance. Heart and step into crescent lunge. So you're going to step back into this crescent lunge. So take a moment once you've landed. Take that pause. Find stability. Check alignment. So just like in mountain pose, shoulders, hips. Back leg is strong. The left hip is moving forward. Checking to make sure the right knee, you can see all 5 toes. And then with breath, we'll draw the arms up. Now envision that your body's against a wall. So we're pressing the arms back a little bit. Turning the hands towards the front of your mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, gently draw back. Inhale. So we're staying stable through the lower body. Finding that gaze, just like the eagle. Bringing that awareness to your back body. 2 more times. Now the next time you draw up, straighten the right leg. And we're going to pivot. So we're going to come into warrior 2. Okay? I'm going to turn so you can see me. Turning your right foot. Set your gaze. Feel the outer edge of that left foot. Pause here. So again, just finding your position. Settling into position. Once you have found your pose, moving with breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press down. One more time. Now as we come all the way up with that breath, pause here. Take the left hand down. So we're going to come into that reverse triangle, just feeling this movement. That's it. Opening. Play with your gaze. Find that best place for you. Notice how this side feels. Create that space. Now moving with breath, inhale back, pause, bend the right leg. Here comes that little movement of cartwheeling down. And both hands are going to come inside, right here. Nice and you're going to start to move forward and back like the little lizard is looking over the ledge, and then press back through your left heel. Inhale, so I'm coming up to the tippy toes. Exhale, press back. Try that 2 more times. So in this position, let's walk the hands to the center again. So we're going to get into that wide straddle. And just notice the wide straddle. You might be able to walk the feet out a little further this time. So every time we come to a position, the body starts to go, I've been here before. Allow the crown of the head to gently fall towards the earth. Feel that you've got a good stance, but the inner legs are very much actively involved in this. Sits bones lifting, hollowing through the center. Now, with the elbows bent, you might be able to walk the hands a little more inward and just see how that feels to you. A little bit more. Now, everybody can different places. Just notice, again, checking in not to hold tension. Find your stability and breathe. By slowing everything down, it sure does make you much more aware. Now after this next exhalation, walk the hands back. We're going to walk them over to the right leg, just like we did on the other side, and come into that lunge. So in this lunge, I want you just to pause for a moment because we're going to bring this leg through it and work this IT. So feel your hands on the mat. Start to slide your right foot through. And it's like we're trying to scoot this right hip to the earth, gently. And you're going to probably notice that this side is a little different. So pause, play where you need to be. Again, if you need to bend that back leg, that is okay. But be where you need to be. You can bring the forearms down. You can also come into this position of surrender. So find it. It's like finding Nemo. Just notice as you slow down, can we create a little movement? As we come out of the pose, using the upper body strength, place the hands down, pressing down like a little push-up. Slide your right leg back through. Find downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Now both sides have been moving around a little bit. Flowing with your breath. Let's come into plank position and let's pause and plank. Building that core strength. That's it. Pressing down. Push the earth away. Hollow through the center. Pressing through those heels. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now taking your time to lower your body down. Slow and steady for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you're down, pause. Relax the tops of the feet. And this time, see what it feels like to take the hands right on your low back. So you could stay right there, just taking those hands towards your heels. And notice that you'll get a nice little stretch through the shoulders. Now to get a little bit more of the back body, press through the tops of your feet. Actively lift your kneecaps. Slowly peel the chest up. Just like you're in a tug of war and you're trying to find that balance here. And just notice how that feels. Keep rooting through the tops of the feet. And if it then bothers the neck, just drop the chin. But let's stay here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release the upper body. Take a moment to choose a cheek. Pause. Breathe. And then change cheeks. Take a few more breaths here. Fill your belly. Fill your lungs. And as you release, let everything go, nice and slow and steady. When you are ready, take the hands right by your rib cage, maybe enough that you can get that wrist back under your elbow. Draw the elbows towards your torso. Knees may be bent. See if you can press your body up in one unit. Find downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, open your mouth, and just let it go. Working to the top of the mat, your way. Take your time. Once you're there, let's take that inhalation, create that extension, hollow, and then exhale. Crown ahead to the earth. Bending the knees, finding Utkatasana, our chair pose. Sending those hips back, engaging those inner legs. We'll hold for 5, 4, shoulder blades draw down the back, 3, 2, 1, and then take your time, slow and steady, pressing through the feet, inner legs together, gently, gently. You might even be able to take the thumbs a little behind you, that lift of heart. Exhale, Tadasana. Pause and breathe. We're going to practice that eagle to dancer. So we're not adding any of the lunges, but really honing in to your balance. So bringing your awareness to your left foot, spread your toes. Reminding yourself you do want to start eagle with a softness to your knees. So placing the weight in the left foot. Draw the right foot up and cross it over. Still with that awareness of hugging everything to the midline. Like an eagle, set your drishti, your gaze. Now the arms. We're going to come into those eagle arms. The left will be on top, but modify this position. So as I cross over, I bind. The elbows draw away from my body and my fingertips up towards the sky. Bracing your center. Connecting with your breath. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2. Now grounding through that left foot. As we unravel, we're going to lift this right leg and see if maybe we can hold on to the ankle. Preparing for dancer. So you can stay right here, lifting up. It's a great way just to build that ankle stability in the left foot. Kicking the foot away, opening through this right shoulder. Gently soften the left knee just a little bit as you begin to explore your dancer pose. That's it. Grounding, engaging, embracing the eccentricities. Stay as long as it feels good. When you need to come out, just take your time, working your way back to your mountain pose and pause. So Take those pauses. And then as you pause, bring your awareness to your right foot. Notice how you're pressing down. Do shift weight to one side. So finding that place of stability. And we'll play with that eagle. So soften the knees. Draw your left foot off the ground and swooping it over. So squeezing everything to the midline. The arms. The right arm will be on top. Stay connected with your breath. Drawing the elbows away from the body and the fingertips to the sky. Sending those sits bones back slightly. Now staying connected with what you're doing. As you unravel, it's like a little meditation. We lift, and then bringing the heel towards your bottom, you offer your left hand to that ankle. Opening that left shoulder, countering with the right arm to the sky. So stay or start to kick the foot back as you explore, lifting, lengthening. You're a dancer. Allow that breath to flow. When you're ready to come out, see if you can stay steady as you come back into that position of mountain pose. Pause. Breathe. So, finding that self-acceptance every time we come to the mat. Separating your feet maybe just a little wider. You can turn the toes out. We're going to come into Malasana, our little yogi squat. If you have bad knees or it's just not one of those positions that's user-friendly, you could just stay right here or take some books and sit on, or a chair, right? So we're going to come down into this position of allowing the tailbone to press down towards the ground. The elbows come inside your legs. So you want to think like you're trying to, you're opening up those inner legs, but you're still squeezing the thighs towards each other. Hands at the heart center. And just pause. Notice how your hips feel as you come into this little position. You can go back to that 4-8 count breath. Inhale for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 8. Letting the tailbone draw to the earth. Let that low back release. And we're going to add a little twist to this. Now, if this bothers, just stay right here. I'm going to take my right arm diagonal out. Okay, fingertips can be down. I'm using the back of that arm to press that thigh out. Then looking over my left shoulder, I could keep my left hand on my leg or draw my left arm. That's it. It's almost like you're reaching in a diagonal. Just opening your heart, sending that energy out into the world, and breathe, letting that tailbone be heavy. Now staying connected, let's come back to the center and pause. And then try the other side. So again, just check in with your body. Heart lift. Left hand to the side. Drawing that left tricep against that thigh. Play with maybe looking over your right shoulder in that rotation. Draw the right arm up. That's it. Tailbone heavy, hips relaxed. Breathe. Take your gaze where it feels good. Set that intention. That's it. On your next exhalation, we'll pause, release. Fingertips down. Take your time to slowly lift your sits bones up. Forward fold. Just let it go. Release. Let the neck go. Let the hips go. Maybe some bending, extending, release. Any gentle motion, organic to you, let it go. And then we're going to bring the feet together and see what it feels like to open your knees to the side. So you might not go far if you've got calves that are really tight and Achilles, but that's okay. You can come up onto your toes and let the heels come up. Now you could stay right here in this little variation of malasana, right? So we're on tippy toes, the heels are together, but they're lifted. My toes are together, so it looks like a little frog. You could stay right here, just notice this position. They do it a lot in Kundalini Yoga. If you would like to take Bakasana, the crow, it's a great way to set up. So stay here or play with lifting your hips up. Feel your hands, spread your fingers, make little ledges here by bending your elbows. We take the knees and squeeze them into the tricep or even on the outside of the tricep. Now rounding the upper back, the kitty cat. You could stay right here with the toes to the earth or maybe play with 1 foot. 1 foot. If it's available, you don't want to jump. You just want to think of slow and steady. Stability. The fingers are like your toes. The breath. We can hold as long as it feels good. You could jump back. You can do all kinds of moves. You could just step back into that last downward facing dog. Breathe. Settle here. Relax. Release. Let it go. Slow and steady like the turtle. Always, always has a slight advantage. And then when you are ready, let's take a beautiful, well-deserved child's pose. Dropping the knees, find the best place for your hips, sending the hips towards the heels. Just allow the body to surrender. Going back to inhaling for a count of 4. Exhaling out for a count of 8 or maybe even 10 now. Drawing it out just a little longer. And then when you are ready, take your time to walk your hands back towards your knees. Roll your body up. And we're going to shift our bodies onto the hips. Shake out everything in front of you. Relax your toes. Release. Coming into Janu Shirshasana. So we're actually going to keep the right leg straight. Take the left foot and bring it somewhere into that right thigh. So connecting here, take a moment to notice your sits bones and see if we can just root them into the mat, creating that long spine. Now gazing out towards your right foot. The heart actually directs which direction we go. So it's almost like heart going forward towards toes. Inhale the arms way up. As you exhale, let the heart lead the way. When you feel like that is as far as you can go, let the hands fall down to where they need to be. It doesn't have to hold on to your foot. It might be right here. Set your gaze past your toes. Take 5 breaths. You might notice with each of those little exhalations, you might be able to come just a little deeper. Notice how the thighs have to help stretch out the back of the leg. So the quadricep muscle is just gently reminding, lengthen the hamstring. There's that relationship. Elbows soften. Now staying connected with the breath, rise up with that breath, slow and steady. Might even find your gaze. Exhale. Just let it flow down. Keeping that intention of sits bones rooted, we'll extend that left leg out. Bring the right foot inside. Feel that connection. Heart, gazing towards that left foot. Inhale the arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, dive out, lengthen. And then when you find that little edge, that little spot, support and take those 5 intentional breaths. Soften the elbows. And then as you move with that awareness of breath. Rise up. And then as you exhale, slowly, that long exhalation. And then once your fingertips touch down, gratitude. The earth. Shake out those legs in front. Maybe a few windshield wipers before we roll down onto the back. Release. And we're going to go right into upside down. So I always like to give options because I think it's important. Not everybody wants to go upside down aggressively or more actively. So please honor your body. You can always use support as you come down onto the back. Pause there for a brief moment just to get everything settled here, allowing the long. Feel the backs of the shoulders supported by the mat. Feel your feet. So you don't even have to use anything. You could basically stay right here with the hips on the ground. You can also stay right there and just have the legs extended. If you want to go and add a little height, you can place that block under your sacrum. Again, just making sure it's the right spot so that you don't feel any strain in your low back. Thumbs could be up towards the heavens and the pinky fingers down. You could stay right here in supported bridge. You could play with supported shoulder stand. And you could play with going into shoulder stand or plow. So this is your time. So I'm going to let you play for the next minute. Staying as connected as you can with that breath. Especially when we go upside down, we have a tendency of holding our breath. And I'm going to read to you because I want you to hear the words, because I think it's important for a lot of us that practice yoga. We sometimes forget about ourselves because we worry about what other people think. Embrace the eccentricities. Embrace your quirks, the incongruities, and the inner wild that makes you, you. Embody your truth. Own it. Your weirdness is filled with wonder. Love all of who you are. In doing so, you offer yourself the one thing that no one else can give you. The beauty of true acceptance. The beauty of true acceptance. So it's okay. We can be quirky. Take 5 more breaths in that little shape wherever you are. Savor each of those breaths. For each breath is a gift. And then when you are ready to come out of the pose, slow and steady, bringing the feet back to the earth that they were up. Pause. If you have the block, remove the block or any other accoutrement and give yourself a big stretch. That's it. Just imagine somebody's got your ankles and your wrist and they're just lengthening you, decompressing you. Take a deep breath, open your mouth and let it all go. And then draw both knees in towards you like little chair. We just fell. And make some tiny, compact circles. And the other way. Just a very gentle twist, just to let that low back be ready for Shavasana. Open the arms to the side, hands soft. Take an inhalation, and as you exhale, draw the knees over towards the right side. And you can actually turn your gaze over towards your left. Just let the ground support you. Slowing everything down. On your next inhalation, draw everything back to center. And then on the exhalation, draw the knees to the left. You might turn and gaze towards your right side. Just let the tension go. Embrace what comes. On your next inhalation, we'll come back to center. See if you can take your arms and wrap them around your shins, making yourself as tiny as you can. Take an inhalation, and as you exhale, curl up and seal your practice in. Just give yourself that big hug. When you are ready to release it, just let it go. Let the legs go. Let the arms go. Take one more falling out breath. Fill your body. And then let it go. And it's your time to rest. So finding that place of Shavasana. Use blankets, use pillows. Find that place where you can be comfortable. And then settle in and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So finding that place of stillness, acceptance, a little quirkiness. But true acceptance. Bringing your awareness back to my voice. Stay here if this is where you need to be. If you need to come up, follow me. Take your time to bend the knees and plant the soles of the feet. Just notice as you slowly come out of the pose. Choose a side that feels good to roll to. And then using the strength of the upper body and the breath, guide yourself to a place to sit. And then once you're there, we'll close by bringing the hands together and placing the thumbs very close to the heart. And just honor your practice, honor those that have practiced with you, and we can send love and compassion out into the world for peace and health. Namaste.